good, YouTube? It's your boy Lil Ty checking in for another reaction video. And today, I gotta probably scroll. I don't know if I can scroll down a little bit, but it's really it. But we reacting to a little bit of food stamp drama. That's what I like to call it. It's a little 8-minute video, nothing crazy. So before we get started, I want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. And comment down below what y'all think. What y'all think is really going on? Cause you know with these folks, it ain't never what the surface is. It's always something more with these folks. I ain't gonna lie. But let's just hop into it, yeah.
Rivers Club in Atlanta for Hype Plus News. I'm John Abba.
This whole time, Meemaw can't eat. Meemaw not gonna be able to get no Thanksgiving dinner this year.
As you should know by now, it would be announced that food stamp benefits will not be given out next month due to the ongoing government shutdown. The current withholding of funds will affect 43 million SNAP users across the country, which costs the U.S. Department of Agriculture $8 billion per month to run. For some Americans, it has been assumed that SNAP being ended for November will predominantly hurt Black people. Several bigots and misinformed people have also went on to use this stereotype as a way to wrongfully tarnish the image of Black people in America. Now, as we approach the November food stamp shutdown, many Black people have taken to social media to air out their reactions to the news, and many would point out that poor white Americans will be the ones predominantly affected.
There's a white person right now reading the news about them cutting food stamps and SNAP benefits and stuff like that, thinking to themselves, oh, these not gonna be able to eat in November. Good riddance. Whole time, Meemaw can't eat. Meemaw not gonna be able to get no Thanksgiving dinner this year.
To me, the only logical
Okay, boom, right? Let's just get started. From what I've heard and the research I've done, they do say Caucasian people are the ones the majority on the government assistance. And I think they say statistically, in a statistic where I think it's what they said 13% of Black people in America in general. So I guess that's a whole, I could be wrong. Don't hold that against me. From what I heard earlier, they say as far as Black African Americans, we only take about 13%. But whatever case may be, I don't know how true that is. I could be very much wrong. But what I do know is that is kind of crazy. Now, the only people, some people are just using it as an excuse to, haha, the niggas ain't got nothing. But it's like at the same time, it's like, why is it always a ethnicity battle with folks? Like, why is it always white versus Black, bro? Y'all should evolve. I think anybody that's still thinking like that is still stuck in the past. You gotta think about it, right? Beforehand, they put African Americans to work. Now, the slavery word is everybody. So it ain't even what it used to be anymore. So when folk want to kind of talk like that, it's like you sound really ignorant. Well, no, stupid. My fault. Stupid is the word. Sounds stupid because it ain't like one is better than the other. We could be in the same. You be in the same predicament as somebody else. So it's like you can't really do all that. But back to the stamp part. Even if they do make up a bigger percentage than the African American, y'all still on there. Y'all still rely on it just as much as the next person. But it is a good majority of people that never work, don't care to work, and just want to receive the benefits that they get from EBT and government cash assistance. I seen some lady earlier said she had 6 children, 4 baby daddies. She ain't never worked a job a day in her life, don't plan on working a job. And she said her and her kids ain't ate in 5 days. That's a problem. All that money you got, you mean tell me you spent all of it? You ain't got none of it? In my opinion, that just seems like you're not using the money that you're getting for free. You're taking it for granted and you're not using it appropriately. That's what that sound like to me. But let's just keep on rocking.
response to the government canceling SNAP benefits is for Americans to cancel the holiday season. Close the wallets. Close the wallets. You don't need to buy a turkey. You've had turkeys for the last how many years? You're good to skip a year. Black Friday hasn't Black Friday and I don't know how long. The deals suck. You don't need a new flat screen. You already got one from last year. Your kids have tablets. They have toys. They have electronics. They'll be good to miss out on 1 year. They'll be okay. It makes no sense for, in response to the government taking food off people's tables, for us to then open our wallets and continue the economy as if nothing is wrong. It's time for a cop boy of the holiday season. The time of year where corporations make the most money, yeah, shut it down.
Okay. It's funny that I was just talking about the ethnicity war that's going on. That's right there. But let's just kind of talk about what the last lady was talking about. Why? Okay, let's talk about it. The people complain about the government 24/7 all the time. Y'all are cotton boy. I'm sure she said that for a reason, so I'm gonna have to take that so I don't get striked or whatever case may be. But we complain about them all the time, and when they decide to stop using the funds that they steal from us, because it's technically stealing, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes you just kind of gotta. Everybody gotta take them punches and roll with it. I'm not gonna lie. God forbid that a person who's abusing the system that's supposed to actually help people, God forbid that you have to go out and get a job and stop procreating or stop creating life, because I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. Stop creating life out here. It's recklessly is how we gonna phrase it. Because I seen a lady that said, we have the kids so we can get government assistance. It's like, y'all, if you were struggling on your own, why add a kid to your struggling? And then it's not like you're doing anything crazy for them, especially nowadays. Nowadays, they sell the food stamps and then they go get their hair done. That's women, hair and lashes done for the guys. Trick off on other women, buy shoes, clothes, try to be fresh, versus using it for the stuff that you gained for free off of somebody like me and a bunch of other people who go to work every single day and get eight stolen money, because where they make it, they charge your arm and a leg for taxes. Then on top of that, they tax every dollar you spend. But y'all just go and sell it. That's crazy. And then on top of that, if somebody like me wants to go apply for it, they'll hit you with that you make too much money. Nah, player, you can't receive any of this. You make too much money. That's exactly what it's like right now. So when we think about it like that, it's like this is crazy. And then, like I say, we finna find out what's more important, being racist or being hungry. Come on now. It's not about the ethnicity. Like, everybody suffers from this. That's why I don't understand why people like to bring this up so frequent. It's like it always has to go back to the one thing. That is so small-minded thinking that it's crazy. This is why we can never break that cycle, that curse that goes on through generation, because we got small-minded people being born every day and ain't nobody teaching them nothing different. But let's just continue. I'm yapping.
Am I the only one that thinks that in the final hour, Trump is going to come and save the day with the SNAP benefits? I mean, I honestly think that he causes all of these issues and all of this drama and trepidation. And then he comes in and acts like he's the savior. And then his base is like, oh, praise be, oh, Trump. Let me grovel at his feet and suck his balls. And so I honestly, in my heart of hearts, believe that October 31st, there's going to be some, you know, something is going to happen where they will have found some money, they will reappropriate funds, and people who are in need of these SNAP benefits will get their benefits. Maybe it's wishful thinking, but I truly believe that they're not going to allow this to happen. And the only reason they're not going to allow it to happen is because of the wealthy people. Because Walmart, so many people who shop at Walmart are on SNAP benefits. Walmart is this, billion-dollar company. They're not going to let Walmart go without money. They're not going to let the rich go without their money. They could care less about the poor people, like that. They don't care. They care about the wealthy people and that money not going back into those businesses. So maybe it's wishful thinking, but I truly, in my heart of hearts, believe that there's going to be something that saves the day and SNAP benefits will not be impacted.
Y'all help me out with this math problem.
So I was thinking, okay, what is going on? Okay, so boom. I was thinking the exact same thing. I think me and my mother was just talking about that. It's definitely gonna be a last minute save. Everybody feel hopeless. Everybody, the government, they've been shut down. This probably the longest they've ever been shut down. What the ain't it like 20, 11, 20 some days, 15, I don't know. Who knows? Probably longer than that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really keep over too much of it, but I find that to be a little crazy. I do feel like that the people will end up getting at the end of the day doing all of this for no reason. It's really just to show that you do need them more than you think you need them. And yeah, and it's gonna be some changes gonna come right behind it. Trust me, I have no doubt in my mind that some changes will definitely come behind this when they do open back up. Like I said, I think they should definitely crack down on people finessing the system. Um, they need to do more verifications, something a little bit more stricter. Like I say, it should be a crime. Fraud is a crime, truly enough. But like I say, Lord forbid that you have to actually budget your money correctly. Don't live outside of your means because, like I say, the truth of the matter is a lot of people live outside of their means. Everybody has potential to live a somewhat decent life if the situation that you're in is favorable, which I always say it is a lot more people in a favorable position than not. And what I mean by favorable is no kid and parents is allowing you to stay at their house with, of course, maybe a little bit payment. I pay rent at home. And I'm saying that from a person that does stay at home and, like I say, pay rent at home. And I do pay a decent little amount here. But my position in life is still more favorable than a person who's forced to get out the house or have to get out of a situation that's a little bit more toxic. Sometimes everybody's situation ain't gonna be the same, but it is a good majority of people who do have that 1 to 2 parent household and could make a better life for themselves, and all they got to do is stick it out. Somebody yelling at you, somebody maybe invading your space. Like I say, people nowadays are really sensitive. Y'all ain't nobody's really using the brain. They think they move off impulse. Time people start changing the way they think, life gets a lot better. I was just telling somebody that. Trust me, it works like that. But let's continue though.
America is about 60% white. White households make up 45% of people on SNAP benefits, food, government assistance. Black folks, about
So yeah, I
13%
did
of the
see that.
population, and they are 25% of these SNAP users' government assistance. So when people say black folks are gonna have to work harder now that benefits are getting cut, the math isn't mathing for me. So let's continue. If the majority of people on assistance are white, then who exactly needs to work harder? No numbers there. And while we're talking about hard work, Black women are statistically the most educated group in America, yet still earn less and owe more in student loans than almost anyone else. So, okay, so maybe the issue was never about working harder. So maybe it was about who this country decides to reward or not, or who gets to struggle, and who it punishes for surviving.
Okay, boom, right? And I'm glad he kind of brought up that point because that brings me to another point. I know you're up in age, of course. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Maybe if you're young, you probably heard the phrasing. Learn what them folks know. When I mean by them folks, I mean the Caucasians. Learn what they know. Do what they do. They live off of the credit cards, the government assistance. That ain't like something that we haven't been knowing for real, for real. People, it's just a matter of it may be a little bit, maybe no, I'm gonna stop saying a little bit. It may be way a higher chance of them being able to benefit it versus somebody that's this. Like I said, I don't want to always make it a color thing, but sometimes it is a valid point to bring up, and I'm not in no way, shape, and form complaining at all. Like I say, I feel like it'll be stupid of me to say that racism doesn't exist. But in my opinion, from my experiences and things of that nature, and I haven't been alive that long, but I've been alive long enough to experience it does for me and how life is. That's not something I see frequent. It's not something that I somebody else get a better chance over me. Cause I just feel like in life is whatever you make it, and it's all about you at the end of the day. Your life is dictated by your decisions and how hard you're willing to fight for something that you want done. So if you ain't that ambitious, and you can't get up and make things happen for you, then hey, maybe somebody else do deserve a little bit more than you. That's just me.
Now,
I could
to
be wrong.
minimize further
Hold against me.
speculation
That's just
on
my
who will be
personal thoughts.
impacted by this,
I know we
a
like this
black woman who
intellectual thing.
works
Let me
for
know
her
what y'all
local
think.
food stamp department would confirm the news that black people aren't the main ones at her office.
I'm okay with being flamed in my comment section for saying this, but somebody need to say it because I keep seeing it all over the place. A lot of my clients, they're not black. A lot of the clients that are calling and cussing me out, they're not black. A lot of the clients that are showing up to the office and showing their tail, they're not black. The ones on the phone getting upset saying, how am I gonna feed my kids? They're not black.
Black folks been forced to struggle though.
I know.
She didn't even have to say another word after this. She could have just ended the video right there, and that would have spoke volumes. At the end of the day, black people have been forced to struggle, which means black people pretty much make a way out of nowhere. We are known to be put down. It's not news. It ain't new news. Nothing of the sort. Like we've been forced to make a way out of nothing. That's always been the black thing. So you know what I'm saying? But like I say, that's only stuff like this just kind of aids. Like I say, I just made a comment about what I heard, but it doesn't mean that it changes my standpoint on what I'm thinking. I don't like to make it a color thing, but at the end of the day, facts are facts. Let's just see what else she said.
Y'all love some context in the video, but I think that's enough context for y'all.
This will go on to confirm the reported fact that white Americans represent 36% of those on food stamps. As suggested and even reported by many others, poor white Americans are the main recipients of SNAP benefits across the country. One user on TikTok would even share a line of white Americans waiting at a food bank in an attempt to find other ways to feed themselves before the upcoming food stamp shutdown. Her message was simple: voting for Trump may have backfired. The user would go on to write, I went to volunteer at the pantry today. MAGA lied to you. These people voted for Trump and they're in line for food. They aren't the typical immigrant, even though their ancestors were. They aren't black welfare queens or recipients either. Racism hurts the people who are racist, and it ultimately affects everyone in the country. There's a divide among us, but we're never going to get out of this hell without helping each other.
That brings back to what I was just saying. We got to get out of the typical mindset. Yeah, we have to open up our You got to expand your mind more. That way, we all help each other out. I don't care what color somebody is. They could be pink, purple, blue, whatever. If I can help, I do help. That's always been my thing. I've always been like that. Cause you never know. Now, I do think I have to see things a certain kind of way, specifically, like, and it really just depends on how I'm feeling at the time. But when it comes around to really helping for real, I've never been a person that done turned down help. I don't care who you were, and I done gave more random people money than anything. And like I said, that could be a little bit of ignorance on my behalf, truthfully enough. But at the end of the day, we gotta help one another. That's the only way we gonna progress for real, in a way that it doesn't end in our demise, you know?
Now, as mentioned throughout this report, black people are not the predominant user of food stamps in America. Even
But
though
black
this
people know
has
how to
been
survive through
reported,
struggling.
some races have still weaponized the current climate against black people in this country and are now using AI as a way to mislead others. One user on X would write, "They're using AI to make videos of black women yelling about their EBT cards on TikTok. They were always going to come after us first with AI. That's why it's AI. And I need you all to stop using it for real." She would then share a video of TikTok user Show Tools AI breaking down the trend of using AI to make it appear that black women are the poster childs of food stamps. Some are now labeling the trend AI blackface.
This is AI. Here's how we know and why it matters. It's made by Impossible underscore ASMR1, who, after 8 failed slot posts and a 3-month break, decided that Sora could finally make their dream content. Videos of black women trying to use EBT in places it's not accepted. True creativity unleashed by AI. The shutdown created an opportunity to have them yell at the camera, but it's not till the whole family's back there that the full racist stereotype is fulfilled. This is rage bait and will get angry commenters who, when they learn it's AI, will say, "Oh, but it's true anyway," which of course it's not, and that's cope for being played. They were so played they didn't notice the kid missing half an arm while the other kids are frozen in place for no reason, and these down here are warping together. It's part of the same problem, casually letting our feed slip into fake, parallel AI universes that exist only to divide us.
So let's talk about it more in the comments below. How important is it to let people know that white Americans make up most of SNAP users, and who is to blame for this current food stamp shutdown? Stay up to date for the latest news in comedy, culture, and sports by subscribing here to our YouTube channel. And if you enjoy content like this, check out hypersclub.com to get a membership to watch full.
Okay. You just heard and watched, or whatever the case may be. It should be abundantly clear about certain things. One, black folks aren't the primary for SNAP benefits and government assistance, which, like I said, we had already knew. But at the same time, if you ask a black person about who primarily benefits, they're gonna put down their own people too. That's just real. If I was to go find a bunch of videos online, it's gonna be a lot of black folks saying, "Yeah, black people are the reason why." It's like, no, sometimes you gotta sit back and think about it. Like I said, let's be a little bit more open minded. I do feel like a lot of people are lazy, but I feel like if you've been aiding somebody's laziness for a long period of time, you're realistically you're more in the wrong than they are. Because you shouldn't have let them get accustomed to life being that way. You allowed it, and then you want to take it away after the fact. I feel like that is wrong. That's like if you've been fun. It's like women, like what guys do with women. It's like, oh, you've been giving them a woman money for a long period of time, and then when you don't feel like giving them money anymore, then you say, "Well, I'm not giving them more money," and then it's like you do it at the worst time possible. Now, should they probably been kind of building up a nest or something along them lines? Yes, but you just as wrong. I ain't gonna lie. You aided it. You made it seem okay for the woman to do that. So you can't really blame it. So it's just the same way with the government. It's like y'all been allowing people to do that, and now you gonna sit here and take it away from these folks. They just as wrong. But I do personally think that Trump gonna come through. I ain't gonna lie. Like I say, I'm not a person that benefit off of it. They say I've tried, truthfully enough. And me personally, I feel like Beforehand, I ate out almost every single day. Like I'm that guy, you know. I go out eat out every single day, literally. Like I never ate at home. I think for 2 years straight, I did nothing but eat out every single day for 2 years straight. Every single day, I never ate at home. I slept at home, played the game at home. Now, I do videos at the crib, and I can occasionally kick it, but I don't. In 2 years straight, for 2 years straight, I didn't eat at home. So I'm not necessarily affected by this, but at the same time, it's not about these people walking around like the folks and all the video stuff we've seen. These people that can get up, that can go get a job, that can do something about the situation that they're in, they're choosing not to. We talking. I don't even like how we not even talking about the bigger picture. The bigger picture is what about Granny? What about the disabled folks? Which I just seen that some people have received their benefits or whatever. I think they did it for people that is really in need and the people that is able to actually get up and get off their A word and go get a job. God forbid you have to go get a job and work hard to get something that you want in life like everybody else. I mean, yeah, y'all kind of deserve it. I ain't gonna lie. Free, free is only free until it's not free no more. And that's just the bottom line. But I don't want to talk your ears out. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section down below. I want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. And turn on post notifications. I'm finna get back into dropping at least 3 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week. I'm start back my reactions. Cause I kinda enjoyed this. I love the yap. And this is kinda like venting to me a little bit too. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hope y'all appreciate the content that I'm finna start putting out. Trust me, I've been putting some real thought into it. I put some money in it. So I hope y'all kind of enjoy what comes out of what I'm doing. So, well, y'all folks, see y'all in the next video. Peace.
Everything going, I act a fool when I go and perform, but I'm trying.